Hello, hello. I am by myself today, and that's gonna be a-okay. I get the feeling that Rain just kind of slid in here like, yes, I made it. Oh man, suddenly we're in Chrono Trigger. Okay, now where am I going? I guess there. It's the only thing I don't have. Yes. Wait, are you lurking or not lurking? I'm so confused. Oh, there we go. Hey, Andrew. I was sitting here like, do I tell him hello or do I just wait for him to come back? Oh, I see. I am doing pretty good today. How are you, aside from needing a shower? Man, it's been hot everywhere. Can't wait for the winter. Yes. Am I in the right spot? Right zone? Right zone! Oh hey, we found out where the rogue tomato came from. Man, he went far. Our little friend from the beginning of the game. Man, eventually, Ash, you will get to max HP one of these days. The creepiest of music. Oh, this is not where I want to be. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing. I know better, Rain. Nope, I'm not doing it. I saw the mist. That's death. No, I don't wanna.
Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! 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 Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Is it really the story path? If there's a big thing that kills me instantly, I'm blaming you. Hi, Katarina. How's work? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'll never hear the end of it if I die to a rabbit.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. 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 Ha!
Oh, here we go. This whole no mini-map thing is some yikes for me.
Ha!
Don't know how I'll ever recover.
Yeah.
Fire dog. That's not Cerberus. They're missing two heads. I've been betrayed.
Ha!
so good at map.
Yeah.
Okay, but I need to get there. Okay, can everybody see him or just her? They've kind of established at two different points that either she and Vaughn can see him or just Ash. I don't know, man. Seeing dead people is not usually a good sign. Well, yes, but the first time, both him and Ash saw something. Although Vaughn couldn't figure out what the something was, where it was very clearly Rassler from Ash's perspective. And the second time it happened, he couldn't see it at all. Gonna let her figure out her spells. Because she's... The first set is always a little weird. We can't all be luring right now, Ash. I appreciate the thought, though. One lure fell off. 2 lure fall off. Awesome. Alright, south we go. Oh, I've seen this sucker before. Oh, okay. That is not useful. Got it. Turn that off. Turn that off. And turn that off. Cool. Hers is still set up as the Jermis fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna kill you. Yep. Screw you, little friends. Oh, made it mad. Oh, nope, death row. There's a death whale. All's well. Huzzah! quite interesting mix of biomes. They're kind of going for a dead forest, marshland kind of vibe, but then all of a sudden snow. I have not seen an environment done like this in video games, which could just mean I'm not very learned in how many video games there are. Still cool. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, nice. A candle.
Ha! Yeah. Yeah.
She did not.
Yeah.
Ash. Okay, I believe I was told that there is a chest around here that will give me access to dispel the magic. There it is. Cool, we can leave.
Ha! Yeah.
This just looks like it's getting more and more perilous as I go. I don't know if I want to be here.
Yeah.
What does that mean? In the sanctum shall the pilgrim find truth and illusion both. Illusion tokens the true way. Hey, no wait! Come on, I was attempting to do a thing. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Whoa! Well, it's no one that gives me anything but white, so let's go that way. You know, this is kind of a cool little puzzle. I actually quite like it.
Yeah.
Well, what are these? That's an interesting take on a behemoth. There it is. This way.
Yeah.
I can kind of see the behemoth look. Well, I will. But I think I missed some treasure.
Yeah.
On the farthest shores of the River of Time, shrouded deep in the roiling mist.
What is it, Fran?
The mist runs thick here.
Like on the Leviathan?
Do not worry. I will behave myself. The mist here is cooled. I sense something like the shadow here.
For now. It appears Sid has yet to arrive. We'll lie in wait for him here.
So we're not going inside?
Not unless you want to end up twisted. Like the old man. Something there.
Okay, so she is only the one that could see it.
What is it?
She can see him. Let's follow her.
Although, considering he just said him, they could have easily just been like, what? Because no one has explained to the rest of the party, hey, there's this specter that's, you know, showing up randomly and guiding us in funny places. Welcome back. Also, welcome back, Andrew. Yes, we've been on story. Ash, I appreciate it, but this is not quite right. You know what? This is fine. It's not quite right, but, you know, whatever. person. Oh, less a person. Hello over there. Be friends? It's a really big sword. Friends? No. No. No friends. They're always gonna pose for me at the end of a boss battle. Not gonna come back to life, is it? Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we're fine. Oh man, have we hit the ancient but very advanced civilization that is in almost every Final Fantasy? Again, there's one in nearly every Final Fantasy. Like whatever major civilization created the flying island in 1 qualifies. There's the ancients in 7, like all kind of crap. Touch. Or I do have sight unseen, don't I? What's this? Oh, cool. God. Why does this thing exist if everything is immune to it? I guess. I don't know. I just feel like that's a little wasted potential, not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you this cool counter to blind. Oh, wait. Well, this is nice. Yes. Time to backtrack. Oh. More backtracking. Where'd they go? Friends, come forth and hit this thing. Thank you. Yes, yes. I've gotten turned around. I don't know where I'm going anymore. I'm just gonna follow in the path.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And all the pathways look the same. I've gone in a circle. No, not that way.
Yeah.
Oh wait, golems. That's the way to go. Yeah.
I can't shake the feeling we're somewhere we're not meant to be.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Exciting?
You are not troubled by the unknown? Who can say what lies ahead? We may encounter the very creators of Nethicite.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll find. I like it better that way.
You're sounding more the Sky Pirate every day.
Oh. Like the sound. Okay, I'm done. I know, right? Yes. Oh. Ooh, that's scary. Oh, we don't have that stupid opal ring yet. Darn it. Nah. Yes, yes, yes. I wanted to be clever, Rain. No. Here we go. I don't know if that's clever, Rain. Hold up. I have some concerns. Nah, I've already run into that gravity magic. You're just a cheap knockoff.
Ha! Yeah!
Wow! I forgot that he was in Pharaoh Sirius. Like, I totally forgot about him. What am I looking at? Oh no. I don't understand. This is the worst. Why are we here? They haven't explained why I'm even here. I know coming to the city was tracking down Sid. But like, I shouldn't even be here. Down. I'm kind of doing that too. Like, I don't understand. Ooh. But I lose a shield if I do this. Oh. Down.
Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha!
Man, Coworls are still one of my favorite enemy types. They just are. Going down. Most of the look, but I do like its ability sets. Like, I really do. I think it's a more unique way of doing, like, the Marlboro enemies. Touch. This way? The environment's very pretty. I still have just all the questions of why I'm here, though.
Yeah! Yeah.
But there's clearly a thing here. Well, whatever. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Oh, bombs.
Ha! Yeah!
Sure.
Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Ha!
I've never seen this much mist. Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Is that nethicite?
I wonder.
With that much nethicite in one's grasp,
You could destroy all of Ivalice, if you wished it.
A comforting thought. Just gonna casually talk about destroying the world. It's fine. That's the name of this world. Ivalice is the world. I mean, they did it in like 6. Are we really 80% into this game? But we haven't done anything! We've literally done nothing. What do you mean? No, I now have plot concerns. I mean, sure, but no one's had a character arc. The last major event that happened was just Vayne decided to take over. We haven't even begun to handle that. No. Wow.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Oh.
Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
I would say the espers are a little weird. Like design-wise. Thanks. Oh, I'd get Asuna if I did this. Oh. Oh, and I guess she gets a little bit of heavy armor too if she wanted it, I guess. That's not useful. You already have it. Why would he need guns? Not useful at all. A bunch of different heavy armor. Not useful. Already have. I guess I'm gonna put it there as soon as nice.
Where is everyone?
Fear not, Princess of Dalmasca. We, Ocuria, have chosen you, and you alone.
But why, though?
Ashalia Banag and Dalmasca, we see your heart desires power, and power most holy shall we grant. Seek you the Suncrist, slumbering star. In tower on distant shore, it dreams. The mother of all Nephesite, the source of its unending power. The Dynast King, his fallow shards, coarse trinkets cut from Suncrist's light.
Such power exists?
In times that are long passed away, we sought to save this Evilise, and chose Wraithwall, the Dynast King. He took the sword and cut the Christ. 3 shards he took from its gilt grasp, and so became the Dynast King. His words and deeds run through your veins.
That's why I was given it. The Sword of Kings.
The treaty held with kings of old is but a memory, cold and still. With you, we now shall treat anew, to cut a run for history's flow. Now take this sword, this treaty blade, Ocurian seal, mark of your worth. Cut deep the crest, and seize your shards. Wield Dynas King's power. Destroy Vanar.
But Vanar... Vanar's an Ecurian. A being like you.
Vanar is a heretic. The Nephesite is ours to give to chosen bearer, or to none. The heretic trespassed, and set the rose of knowledge in man's hand. With imitations they profane. It is anathema to us. We give you now the stone and task. Administer judgment. Destroy them all.
Judgment? Destroy them all? The Empire?
The hues ever skew history's weave. With haste, they move through too short lives. Driven to err by base desires, toward waste, and wasting, on they run. Undying, we Ocuria light the path for wayward sons of man. Oft did we pass judgment on them, so that Ivalice might endure. Eternal, we are history's stewards, to set the course and keep it true. The chosen is our hand, our fist, to let live some and crush the rest. Princess, you have been chosen. Take revenge against those who stole your kingdom. Fulfill your role as savior. Attain to your birthright.
Ash! What's with these Acuria? What gives them the right to tell you what to do?
Will you take revenge, as they ask?
Huh?
We could not see them, but we heard the Ocuria speak. They may be gods, but we are the arbiters of our destiny. Your Highness, I'm against this. The Empire must pay, but destruction?
Does anyone know what happened to Dr. Sid? Wasn't he saying he'd be here?
He should have arrived by now.
And I should have realized by now. He's not coming. He laid out the bait, and we bit. Remember what he said? He wanted Ash to get the stone. He wanted that all along. That's why he flaunted his Nethicite, and reeled us in with his stories about Gidovegan, all to bring Ash to the Ocuria.
But wait, if we got a hold of the Nethicite, wouldn't that be bad for the Empire?
Maybe he wants to see what happens when foes with Nethicite collide. That'd be just like Dr. Sid.
I will search out the Sun Crest.
History is built by our hands. That's his favorite line. He'd never stand by and watch the Ocuria's stones shape things. So, he was talking to Vanar all along. He wasn't mad at all then, was he?
Restore Dalmasca's sovereignty and make our amends with Lady Ash. It's the only way to avert war.
It is a war of necessity. Your Lady Ash herself is bent on it. She desires it above all else. She will not rest until her revenge is full wrought.
I fear you misread her intent. She would sooner shun war than embrace it.
You are young, Larsa.
And you presume beyond your ken.
Then let us look closer. Judge Gabranth. I would have you seek after the Lady Ash and judge whether she makes overtures of peace or war. Yours shall be the eyes of the Empire.
And should I espy war, I am to put her to the sword. Is that your wish, Excellency?
It will not come to that, I am sure. I have faith in her, faith in you both. On you, Gabranth, shall I wager all our fortunes.
As you will.
That so sweet a child could be your brother is hard to believe.
Larsa is as he should be.
What's that, Venna? Ah, taken the bait already, have they? Splendid. The Ocuria have given the princess her treaty blade.
The gods have chosen their scribe to write history as they deem fit. Yes, and she with fresh nethicite to aid her.
Bah! To hell with the Ocuria and their stones. What good? A power that cannot be harnessed. Baubles best suited for study, no more.
We conquered 2 kingdoms that you might study these baubles.
Oh, I am grateful for the sacrifice. Without it, manufactured nethicite would have eluded us. An unrivaled weapon, I warrant you. Tell me, Venna, have I not been an apt pupil?
My counsel did but guide your able hand. Through power of man, the stones did you perfect. Yes. So much accomplished in 6 fleeting years. Man's fervor o'er all obstacles prevailing.
Our lives are much too short. You undying might waste long centuries away, but we, I fear, cannot.
Just so. Had we more time, we might have availed ourselves of more prudent measures.
Your greatest work still lies before you. Not lightly will the Ocuria allow you to wrest the reins of history from their grasp, back into the hands of men.
Indeed. What claim does Geren have on history's reins? Seated on throne immortal, rent from time. For your ascendant's vein I offer prayer. May you attain all that which is your due.
Attain it I shall. For too long have my deeds gone unrewarded.
In tower on distant shore dreams the sun Christ. Do these words mean aught to you?
Didn't Redis say he was going to follow some other course? Maybe he found out something that can help.
I'd rather stay out of that Sky Pirate's debt, thank you.
What's wrong with Redis? I mean, if you can't trust your own kind, who can you trust?
You're an expert on pirating now, are you?
I have some concerns with this plot. that's part of it. The other main thing that is kind of, I wouldn't say stumping me, but is definitely kind of make me go, what? So the entire plot hinges upon Ash being power hungry. But she barely shows any signs of being power hungry aside from accepting the power which is literally thrown at her. Like, at first, yes, she actively sought out her birthright so that she could take the throne again. But then after that, it's just been kind of thrown at her, like, here, have Nethicite. Here, then go have this blade that can destroy Nethicite. And they're like, okay. And then you're baited into coming here by Dr. Sid. Like, they're kind of throwing power at her. But she's not really doing anything. Yeah, the entire plot hinges upon Ash being power hungry or not. And I'm a little... Again, that's a little weird. How do I get out of here? Wait! Do I just walk out? Like, there's no way to just warp back up? Rain! How do I escape? Wow. Rain, that's not helpful. You're full of shit. Help! Help! Oh, now these guys are, I guess, willing to fight me. You were just chilling earlier. I also don't really know how I feel about, like, these godlike beings are basically just playing chess with the people around us. Like, it's become less about, you know, two empires going at it, or an empire and a small nation going at it, and now it's this group of gods versus this one god. I mean, I don't even know if she does know what she wants. Like, that's kind of the issue, is that we're not really certain what she wants. Like, they're not making that very clear. Like, they don't have her verbalize at all, but we're also not in her head, so, like, we can't, like, read her thoughts. Yeah, she just sits there and looks concerned, and you're like, Like, if we got her inner monologue, it'd be fine, but we don't actually know what she's thinking. We don't know what her motivations are. So they just go, oh, she's power hungry, and you're like, she is? And again, they're doing this whole, you know... Again, we started this game as an empire versus a very small kingdom who's trying to take back their kingdom. Like, that was what we started with. And now we literally are doing this whole become a new dynasty king and destroy the entire world. And then the other guy's going, nah, Age of Man. Isn't that what you want? You're like, okay, so it's godlike being versus godlike being. The scale of this whole thing has risen astronomically for no reason? Very little reason? I don't know, man. I mean, sure. But usually they use gods for a purpose. Like normally there's a reason. Death. Like normally they're very conscious about how they use gods per game. Or people who want to be gods. In the case of Sephiroth and Kefka. I don't know, man. I'm just here. Yeah, I can see why this one wasn't given much love by the community. I don't know. I know what you're trying to get me to go for. I don't know. Because yes, I am aware of what's here. Alright. No, I've played 14. Totally will be easy. Again, normally in Final Fantasy, these kinds of things, you know, all this stuff, they usually use it to be an ancient civilization that is more advanced. They don't typically use this for gods. Yes. Yeah, like they're doing, like it's like they're using the trappings of Final Fantasy. Like this is kind of weird. They're using the tropes that are unique to Final, or I should say unique to Final Fantasy, but that Final Fantasy uses on the regular. But they're not using them with a purpose. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense. They're going, oh, it's a Final Fantasy, so we should have an ancient civilization looking thing. And so they just kind of plopped one in there, and I'm like, okay, but you haven't used it the way that it's normally used. Ha! Yeah. Well, again, I used one earlier. I said Final Fantasy I has this. Final Fantasy VII has this. Final Fantasy 8 and 9 have this. Like, hell, Final Fantasy X, it's one of the main pillars of the game. wait, I did a sin. Mentioning the use of ancient civilizations with a clear, defined purpose, and straight up didn't talk about 4. Honestly, all I'm saying is that usually when they use these oh so lovely, you know, ancient civilizations, it's usually one of 2 functions. Either it's directly interacting with the main plot in a way that actually matters. Like, going to an ancient civilization doesn't magically make it part of the plot. Like, normally it interacts directly with the plot in a major way. Or it is specifically used as, like, background lore. It's usually used in the world building, but it's a key part of the world building that matters.
Yeah.
Whereas, so I'm gonna sit here and say no, it doesn't, and here's the reason why. You could have put those statues anywhere in the world, and it would have changed nothing. Like, yeah, they said they've been doing it since time immemorial, but that could have been in literally any part of the world. The actual location, the actual look here, doesn't matter. Compare that to... hell, compare that to 10, which is of course the game that came directly before this one. So same hardware, same technological advances. We're not gonna compare it to other console generations because there are other factors there. But, you know, PS2 to PS2. In 10, the entire point is to go to Xanarkand, which is a long dead ancient civilization that has the secrets of how to beat Sin. There's your main plot. And then if you go into the world building, the entire reason that Sin exists is because of a war that happened between the summoners of Xanarkand and the more technologically advanced people in Spira and Bevel. I mean, yes, but I haven't played 11, so I can't talk about that. Also, it's an MMO, so I really can't talk about that. Like, I'm not gonna talk about a game I haven't played, because that's not fair. I also tend to not compare single-player games to MMOs, because my thought process is that in MMO, if they make a mistake, they can always release an expansion later and fix it. Which means that no matter how you spin it, the MMO is going to end up with a better fleshed out world and events that have explanations. Just because even if they don't originally have explanations, they can add them later. Yeah, unless it dies on contact. At which point, rip that MMO. Yes, that's what I mean, Rain. There's nothing really about this area that says, hey, this is important, hey, it's part of the main plot, like nothing. You just kind of come here because Sid tells you to.
Yeah.
I know, but again, I compared it to literally the single-player game that came just before this game. And hell, if I compare it to 9, which I love comparing things to 9 because 9 is amazing, like, what Garland wants to do, which is that ancient civilization thing, technically, like what Garland wants to do and Garland's actions directly affect, hell, character backstories and the plot. On top of the whole 2 parallel worlds that work off of each other, and that he's specifically trying to take over this world by kind of overlaying his world on top of it, that's a lot of extra world building. That is important. And that's on weaker hardware than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's happening a lot with this game is that they go, okay, Final Fantasy has these things. We have to have crystals. We have to have our ragtag group of people. We have to have gods. We have to have this ancient civilization that, you know, exists. I'm more using it as my example to highlight a larger problem with this game. Like I was talking about, it feels like they literally took a checklist of what Final Fantasy needs to have and then just threw stuff in here without thinking about how it affects the characters or the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is like a really nice, clear example of kind of the issue I've been having. I won't say this is the only problem because that's not true. But this is a really clear example of what I'm talking about. Same thing with Ash's behavior. Where we're just kind of doing things because the plot says so, rather than because we know that Ash herself is power hungry. Same problem. It feels like they're like, okay, we have to have somebody with a fatal flaw that's going to move the plot forward. Why? It's Final Fantasy, it has to happen.
Yeah.
I escaped. I didn't, honestly, I didn't even think about Venat that much. Like, yes, supernatural being, like that's clear, right? Supernatural being that can be invisible, right? Like, it was clearly, it was not a human. And it was very clear that it and Sid were working closely together, and that Sid was working for Vane, and so not a good character, right? But because they had already shown that the Nethicite has the ability to possess people and to kind of puppet them about. Like, Nethicite has been proven to cause negative effects across the world. And since Sid has been the one working on it and developing it and, you know, all the other crap, Venat could have easily been just a byproduct of his experiment. Like, they didn't have to make it a whole race of people. It could have been a one-off, and it would have been fine. I'm talking about Bergen, I'm talking about Mirn, I'm talking about, when Fran went berserk on the Leviathan. They've talked about it being poisonous, or at least not good, before, because after we told Larsa about it, he then went, "Oh no, I should never have given that to you, I'm so sorry." So they've discussed many times that the Nethicite being in proximity to people is bad. And they've shown us that being around the Nethicite is bad. So I am okay with Venat being part of a race of people instead of being a one-off. I am okay with both sides kind of playing the you know, do my bidding mortals game. This is, I'm okay with conceptually. On that end, I think it's more of an execution problem because there's no setup for it. So that one is just set it up better as this being a race of people instead of it possibly being something else. So that one's more an execution foible. It would have been fine either way, but not was set up to where he could have been, or they, I guess, I don't know their actual gender. But they could have been a byproduct of Nethicite research, or they could be an actual being. The setup was there for either one. Most of my issues are the lack of setup, just across the board. We don't have a lot of depth to the characters because there's not a lot of setup as to who they are. Hell, the most developed characters in this game are Vayne and Larsa. Yeah, a bit of both are thrown in there. But again, the two people who get the most characterization in this game are Vayne and Larsa. With a smattering of Balthier, primarily because of his connection to Dr. Sid. I'm using the information that's been given so far. There might be some on the back end. But if I'm 80% of this game, like, done, like if I'm truly that far into the game, I should already have all the necessary information to go into the climax. If that's how far I am into this game, I should not be learning new things. So the characters aren't super developed, except for Vayne and Larsa. And again, Balthier and Sid kind of together underneath that. A lot of the plot events have either little setup or no setup. And generally speaking, it feels like the plot is happening regardless of whatever our main characters are doing. And a lot of that boils down to how they're handling Ash specifically. Because again, they go, oh, she's power hungry, but she as a character isn't being power hungry. And then all of her party is going, no, don't do that. And she decides to listen to the villains instead, which makes her look stupid. Like, her entire party is like, you're really not doing the right thing. Balthier has cautioned her against her using Nethicite to solve her problems. Bosch has literally said, I'm against this. Again, the entire the only problem with that, so like, we agree that she's not very well written. Yes. But the issue is that a lot of the plot hinges upon her being well written. A lot of the plot happens around her. As you know, the Princess of Dalmasca who's trying to get her kingdom back. Which makes the plot suffer. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of it isn't really set up well, and that's why I say it feels like away from like the super granular crap that I'm kind of going into, because I like to think about stories a lot. But because the story centers around Ash's struggle of how to be a good princess and how to get her kingdom back and what methods she's willing to use to do that, because the focus of the plot is that central conflict, that internal conflict, along with the external conflicts that come along with, you know, fighting against Arcadia. So because that's the core conflict and she's not written well, makes the plot suffer, which also means that there's not a lot of setup in the plot itself, which is what makes the plot feel like they've taken like the template of Final Fantasy and are just checking off the checklist of a Final Fantasy has crystals, so here's our crystal area. It's the Nethicite. Okay. We have to have gods in this game, so we're gonna create this race of people, and they're gonna be godlike creatures. Oh, and we have to have the normal summons. We have to have like Bahamut and Leviathan. We'll just make them airships. Like that's how it feels because of the poor writing. Right? I will say that they've done this before. Like 6-6 has a Cid that is morally ambiguous. But to actually have a villain Cid, I kind of like. I do like a villain Cid. I think that's a smart idea, so I'll give it that. Oh man. I am sure that part of it is they expect me to have tactics knowledge because tactics is older than this game and in the same universe. Yeah, I will have more nuanced thoughts about the universe of Evilise once I have tactics, because I know I'm missing tactics, and so that's why I'm trying not to like bash the world itself. I am primarily keeping it to what I'm noticing with the actual writing of the plot and the characters. But anyway, that is the end of the stream. I sat here and rambled for a good 10 minutes. Oh, I'm saying that they're telling me it's bad. Yeah. But they're telling me that this manufactured Nethicite is being used for evil purposes, and so, as far as this plot is concerned, Nethicite is bad. I'm going by purely what the plot has told me. Yeah, like, honestly, I like, my personal opinions on objects is that they're amoral, they're objects. They don't have a moral compass. That's my own personal, like, general idea of objects. And I personally like the old, like, Shinto belief that objects are imbued with the energy of their wielder, because that's just more interesting. That's more cool. I like that idea. It's a neat idea. But when it comes to analyzing this plot, yeah, no, they've told me that Nethicite is being used almost exclusively for evil purposes. The only time in this plot that has not happened has been when Penelo had it and it absorbed an attack by one of the judges. Every other time, they've shown it being used in a negative way. which makes what happens with Penelo the exception rather than the rule. But anywho, ending stream is my bedtime. Yeah, like they've been using it as nukes. like hell in today's stream alone, they went with a nethicite like that. You could destroy all of Evil East. Like, they don't even talk about how it could be used like for neutral or good ways. They're just like, nah, a rock like that, you could kill the entire world. You're like, whoa. Right? Like, they're straight up doing just an arms race. It's just the Cold War. We got this. All right. Have a good night, everybody.